Okay. Oh. So today I will be talking about game communities and how to manage them and how to get yourself loved by everybody, because that's important, right? And I think this image is very telling of what developers sometimes feel about their community. There's like just this horrible alien player that keeps asking him to implement whatever they want, and yeah, it feels terrible. Or does it? So we'll go over, well, first, why am I talking about that? What makes me qualified to talk about it, if I am? And why should you care about players? I mean, why? And if you actually want to care about them, how do you provide them the tools to actually be a community? What tools, whatever. And then how to actually act in a way that people will like you and you won't appear to be an ass. Maybe if you're lucky, I'll teach you the magic about how to reach the critical mass for your community. And then we'll talk about a bit like, should you always listen to what everybody tells you? Should you like rule by democratic community, or should you be a terrible dictator of your game or whatever? And obviously what benefits you can get from managing your community. So why am I qualified? Well, because aliens, obviously. There can be any other reasons. Well, maybe there are, but I don't think actually anybody can just come on stage and tell you, yeah, I am qualified to talk about how to manage people or to manage a community of gamers, because well, every single case is a special case in itself. So yeah, I'll just be speaking mostly out of my ass and mostly about my own experience. Just a few words about it then. Tales of Material about this year has about 40K yearly unique players. So that's people logged in the game to play. So there's actually more, but you can't actually consider them part of the community because they are not really interacting, or they can be on the forums, but yeah, whatever. And yeah, they have played like 4 million characters and nearly for 1,000 years of playtime. So I'm just trying to show that, yeah, a few people are part of the community, and how I'm handling that. But yeah, why should you care about your players? I mean, players, nothing next to you. You're making this great game, and they're just people. But is your game any great without players? So yeah, it may sound like a stupid question, but maybe not. I mean, if you're like just if you just like making small games and making it, firing away, making another world, and so on, maybe you don't actually care to build that big community around your game, because you know it's just like a one-shot thing. You fire it away and you're done. But even in this case, you may want to like build your community over time, and so the next small game you make, you'll have an instant bigger number of player, and the next one an instant number of player just a bit bigger, and so on. And well, that can both feel nice and, I don't know, bring you rewards. Who knows? Yeah. So now you're convinced you want to have a community, you want them to maybe love you, but we'll get to that later. So you will need to provide them tools to do so, because, well, it's the internet. People are everywhere and mostly nowhere. So there's what kind of tools can you have? There are like the usual ones, forums, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. Those I will be calling the primary channel, because people can get on those and talk to one another about your game. Usually it will be in the form of a forum for your game. That's what I'm doing, and it seems to be working for me, but there's most certainly no unique recipe. But I would advise against just using, like, I don't know, Facebook or Twitter, because there is much less a sense of community on it. If people log into your forum, you know they come there just to, well, talk about your game and talk to other players about your game. If you're on Facebook, what people are saying will be drawn between, oh, my child pooped today, and look, I have a new bot or whatever. Then it doesn't create the sense of community. But there are also kind of other tools you can use, like I'm saying here, like the in-game chat I'm using in Tome. It's not something you see in many single-player games. Actually, I've never seen it. But it's something that really helps the community. Basically, it is a single-player game. People just can't interact with one another in Tome. Yet, they can talk to one another. They can, like, request help, like, oh, I'm stuck on this boss, it keeps killing me, what can I do? And other players can just jump in and help in real time. And it gives them a real feeling of belonging to something, because there is no competition between them. It's not like League of Legends, where people are pitted one against the other. So they don't have any need to be, I don't know, annoying to one another. They just can be nice, and from experience, they actually are. So, well, encourage them to do so. So, what I am providing, I have a forum, a wiki, a blog, with open comments, obviously. I even let people post their own blog entries on my website. And the in-game chat I'm talking about. Those are the primary tools that allow people to talk to one another. And then there are the side tools, things that don't really make people communicate by themselves, but provides them with mean and meat for their communications. So, for example, for Tome, I have this thing about character sheets. Every single character you play automatically gets uploaded to the server, actually, just a character sheet of it. And so you get, for your character, with just about no effort, you just have this URL. You can post it on a forum, you can post it on Twitter, you can post it to your friends or whatever, just to, like, gloat or to ask for help, or other people can check the vault and see, oh, this player, he managed to win this super hard mod with this super weak class, and how did he do it? And they can chat, and then it gives them something to talk about then on the forums, on the whatever. There are also, well, global statistics about the game and such. I won't go long about them, but the other important one is add-ons. Last year I gave a talk to convince developers that every single game in the world should support modding and add-ons, and I'm still of that opinion. And like on Tome, there's about, I think, 700 add-ons right now. Obviously, some are for old version and whatever, but it gives a feeling that people actually like add-ons, because for players with no technical knowledge, it just means more content constantly, and that's always nice, especially in an aging game. And for people that make them, it gives them a way to express themselves, to say something to the world about, I don't know, what the game should be, what they want, what, I don't know, just how they like to cheat even sometimes. But it doesn't matter. It's just a mean to get them engaged in the community, to post something, to get comments on it, to get feedback, to talk about it, to, yeah, talk. That's the most important word. And you can have also, you don't always have to have add-ons, but sharing stuff between players, like in Keeper RL, which is like Dungeon Keeper, but in roguelike mode. It's a very good game too. Players, when they complete the game, can upload their fortress to a server, and other people, when they make a new game, they are asked, oh, how many user-generated content do you want to use? And then they can check what they want, and their game is even more unique because of that, because it's not like just an AI that generated the level. It's an actual human being, and they're fighting against him. So yeah, in a sense, that's a kind of community too. And then they can go on the forums and bitch because this level is so cheated and impossible or whatever. But that's another story. You even have like in the good old games like NetHack or the CSS or whatever, there is the concept of ghost files. It's a bit the same when you run those games on a server, because you can encounter the ghost files of other players, and you get just this slight sense that you're belonging to something bigger than just your own gameplay. There is a community out there playing too, and maybe, just maybe, you'll want to talk to them. Oh yeah, and I forgot, Skyrim obviously is also not a roguelike, but a very big example of add-ons keeping the game alive. It's an old game, and it keeps constantly getting updated with add-ons. So yeah, big community around that. So how to be loved by your players, because love is everything, right? We all want to be loved. Also, I was hoping for some, oh, for the rabbits. Bit sad, but well. So the first answer is very obvious and self-evident, but always good to say, and it's probably the the most important one. Just don't be an ass. I know it's easy to say, but one has to understand that when you talk to somebody on the internet, most of the time, especially to your players, it will be by textual means. No voice, no video, and that makes the message you're sending, whatever the message is, lose some levels of mood. People don't see that you're smiling. People don't see that you sound angry, and so on. And usually, textual message sound always a bit more harsh than whatever tone you intended for them. So if you intend a message to be just neutral, some people, many people, will feel it's a bit not angry, but you see a bit on the edge. So what I've taken to do is, even if it looks a bit like, I don't know, childish, one could say, always try to lighten your tone. Always try to add smileys. Always try to, yeah, make it sound like you're happy, and people will get that. And there is this one thing that I don't know why, at least it works for me and it works for quite a few people I've talked about. When you're just like on a chat talking to your players or talking to somebody, and you're making, well, sentences, don't put a comma at the end. Don't put a point at the end, I mean. It's silly, I know, and it's obviously wrong. You should put punctuation, but it gives a feeling of not angriness, but tightness, and that always, yeah, come out as worse than whatever you're saying. So, yeah, instead of punctuation, use smileys. They look silly, but they carry a mood. Also, and also obviously, never, ever, ever, ever respond to a post, a line, a player, whatever, while you're feeling even just a little bit angry. Just keep to yourself, wait a little, calm down, and then post. Or just don't post. You're not obligated to respond to everything. Sometimes you have to, sometimes you don't. And yes, some players, even if your community is really, really super nice, like, well, frankly, Tales of Magial's community is, sometimes there is that player which will be very annoying to you. He will, I don't know, act like an ass. He will make fun of you. He will tell you that you have, I don't know, no idea what you're doing with your game. And so either don't respond or respond, but not when you're angry. Never, never when you're angry. The very classical example of that is what was it called? Paradox Games, I think. And the guy was so angry. He said on Twitter, "I'm going to kill Gabe Newell, donc the boss of Steam." And strangely, his game got off of Steam, and that's like no good for you when you're not on Steam and you're like dead. So yeah, stupid thing to say, but never post when angry. And to help you get by when you're angry because somebody was just an ass to you, always remember the concept of the silent majority. Most people will not talk about anything on the forum. Most people will just be there playing the game and enjoying it. At least we hope if they're playing. And they will never post. And just keep those people in mind because there are most of your players. The ones that talk are always either the most angry ones or the most communicative ones, but they're always a minority. And if you really feel that you need defending and you have this community you've already built and that is nice, chances are that other players will come and defend you. And obviously it's better if they are not posting angry either, but even if they are, it's much more easier to excuse because they are just players. They are not you. They don't have this aura that you're not like superior, but you actually made the game, and they don't, so they can, yeah, defend you more easily. So yeah, to finish on this section, just interact with your players to get them to like you, talk to them, but don't overdo it. Don't spend all your time talking to them. It can feel exaggerating. Some days I log on Tom Chat and I start talking to players, and I'm like, oh, it's been 1 hour and I've done nothing. So try to just strike the middle ground. And yeah, I say it again, but don't forget that without player, you actually would be nobody because your game would not be played because, yeah, you'll just be some random guy or girl on the internet. So, how to reach a critical mass for your community? So that means just how to get many players. You all want to know that. Well, you really thought I would answer that one? Well, I won't, because who knows? I'll just give a few ideas, mostly one that worked for me but is really long. It's called persistence. So you keep doing what you're doing. I have started in 98, something like that. And well, I'm still here today. And obviously now I have this big community, but when I started there were like 3 people playing my games, and then 4, and then 10, and then 100, and so on. But I understand it's obviously not possible for everybody. For some of us, this is an actual job that has to feed you, and so you have to get more immediate results. And for you, I will tell that, well, I have no idea, I'm sorry. But the usual stuff like YouTubes and trying to again make people like you, and the few players you'll get, they'll talk about their friend about you, and so on. But yeah, there is probably no magic recipe for that. And now that your player like you, now that you like them, they will keep on posting suggestions and ideas and bugs and more ideas and more suggestions and so on and so on and so on. So should you always listen to them? Should you try to be as nice as you can with them and implement whatever they're saying? I know the question might sound stupid, and it is in a way, but it's probably important to say it anyway, because obviously, no, you should not. Game development is not a democracy. Game development should not be a democracy. There is one developer or a small group of developers, and they hold the keys. They know their game. Players know the game, but they don't have this grand plan of where it should go. And they are lost in their own gameplay. So it's hard for them to get a sense of everything. So yeah, always listen to your player. Always check their suggestion, because someday someone might post something so smart you'll like hit yourself over the head and say, I'm so stupid, why didn't I think about that before? It's obvious it's better than what I have, and you'll implement it. And those people will feel happy because their own silly idea got in the game and made the game better for it. But obviously not always. Like the guy that keeps telling you to buff the damage by 200%. Yeah, okay, whatever. And in the history of Tales of Magiel, it happened quite a lot of times that some of the most widely known and widely regarded features of the game actually came from the community. The lack of consumables and such are actually community ideas that I took and implemented and refined around the years, and people love them, and I have the community to thank for that, and I do. So yeah, always try to ponder if the idea is good or not for your game. That's obvious, but always try to be on the look and at least partially read every idea that you see coming your way. And I want to talk about the Uber players, the ones that are so obviously superior to you in gameplay that well, it's obvious. I have quite a few for Tom. In Tom, I have like multiple modes of difficulties, and the last ones are like, well, it's called madness, and it really is. There's like 3 people on Earth that have beaten it, and those people are way better player than I am. I wouldn't dream of playing like they do. So try to listen to those, but they pose a very specific problem too, that they play the game in a way that is very specific. It usually helps to show the balance problem, but never forget they're playing at such a high level that they're not the same that, well, most of your players and usually yourself. So don't try to design just for those people, even though most of the time those are part of the most vocal minority. Now, you want money and benefits, right? Yeah. Well, me too. Well, obviously, I'm not actually going to talk about money much. That's not what is interesting to me here. Let's just say quickly that happy players make for better reviews of your game, makes for more people talking about your game, so more people buying your game, and so more money. So yeah, we're there. Now for the other benefits, and one that are particularly important to me, I've used the community quite many times to find, the right one. So I don't mean my wife, obviously. I mean like my graphical artist here, and the guy that does most of the unique items in Tome, and the guy that writes much of the lore. One of them is present here. Another one is in the US, so he's far away. But anyway, having a big community of people that like you, it's all the more chances that someday you'll stumble upon somebody that is both good at something you need and already loves your game. So if I take the example of Rexo here, when I started, it was only ASCII, and well, I love ASCII, but today you have to have also not ASCII, and so I was on the lookout for somebody to draw stuff for Tom, and on the Angband forums, I found this guy Shockbolt, who was willing to do them for Angband, and I just talked to him and said, don't you want to make some for Tom too? And he was like, yeah, sure, why not? So he made all the first batch. But the problem with him is he's a very great guy and a very, very good artist, but he does not play the game. He is not a fan of the game. And also he got busy with other projects. And one day there is that guy that comes on the forum, say, hey, I love this game and I've made an add-on for it that makes two under swords actually look like two under swords in your hand. It's nothing, it's just a few sword sprites. But I saw that and I was like, that's interesting. Hey, do you want to do more? And well, he did more, he keeps doing more, and now everything drawn in the game is thanks to him. So, all hail, Rexo! Another example is the community managers I now have, like, well, I won't be listing them all, but they all come from the community. It's rather obvious, but when you have this big community, you always have to moderate it in some small or big way, it depends. And you most likely don't want to do it because it's annoying and cumbersome, and yeah, or maybe you like it, I don't know, but I don't. And yeah, it's the same as Rexo, just people will pop up and rise to the challenge by themselves just because they like your game and they like you. And you will like them in return, and it's just much love everywhere, and love makes the world go round. So obviously I have not been very clear, so if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Yeah?
Online servers for players don't just chat between each other, you can actually log into another player's game and watch them play
Yeah.
while they chat.
So about the DCSS web tiles version, yeah, I think that's a really great idea. I mean, they can not only talk to one another, but they can actually watch other player, well, play in real time. That's actually something I wanted to do with Tom, but architectural stuff got in the way. So yeah, I think it's great. Uh, I've not used it too much, but from what I gather, you can only talk to the player actually playing and other people watching, right?
Yes.
So it's
Only if you're registered on the server page.
yeah, obviously,
Go and show something.
yeah. So yeah, it's great. But what I was talking about with the in-game chat is more like a global thing where you can talk to all the community. You don't have to target somebody to talk to him. But yeah, that's also a very great thing, and I would say more developers should do that if they can.
Have you ever had problems with having to moderate people in the in-game chat, and how do you deal with that?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm lucky, perhaps, but it really doesn't happen that often. But like I don't know, once or twice a year, there's somebody that comes and keeps screaming. I don't know, pussy, ass, fuck, or whatever, and yeah, you just ban them and you're done.
Is there harassing another user in a certain way? That
There is a reporting tool built inside the game. So you just click on the name and report the guy, you tell the reason. It's all logged in my database, and the moderators can just go over it and pass judgment.
Now with Twitch and YouTube Live, you have those in-game chats already for free. So even if you are a master genius like DarkGod, your game can get something like that easily. And also on any device, because Twitch and YouTube run everywhere, so you always get that for free. So I think that's really nice, because we for years had public servers where you could do something like that, but that was not something for everyone.
Yeah.
And now my mom can watch me play NetHack if I want to, but I don't think she will.
You should ask her to watch you. Maybe she'll like it. Maybe she'll play and become a master player. Who knows?
No, she would say, "This is what you do every day."
This is how you waste your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, Twitch is now a big thing, and yeah, it's a good thing. But having the chat built inside your game means that players that talk there feel part of it and not like part of the Twitch community. There is nothing wrong with that, obviously, but you want people to have a sense of belonging, to have a sense of, community.
Yes. Also on the loud minority, I think you should always look, even if you, as you said, always cherry pick the ideas from the community, but you also have to look, now I've seen this idea several times, and often it's just from the same people.
Oh, you mean people making new accounts to spam an idea?
No. Just because you often don't, you see an idea and you put it into your head somewhere in a small little table, and then later it pops up again on the forum, but it's the same people. It's just very few people write most of the messages on forums, so you have always
obviously
be on the guard that you don't misjudge the opinion of the community with a few people.
Yeah. But obviously it gets better the larger your community is, because more people are able to interact, and so you can just like look at all the replies to the topic. But sometimes, I saw like a simple idea or not that had like 2 replies, and I was like, yeah, that's a good idea, I'll do it. Again, this is not a vote by popularity.
Yes.
This is not a democracy. If you like one of the idea you see, you judge it for yourself too. Yes, obviously, if people are replying to it and saying, no, it will win the game because, you listen to those reasons. But in the end, you choose.
Yeah, I just meant don't feel compelled to do it.
Yeah, obviously.
Someone else? It's part of the
I'll just check if people are talking on Twitch. No, it doesn't seem to. So
thank you, DarkGod.
pleasure.